Hello everybody, I'm going to talk about surge pricing today and why you need to start to be prepared for what's probably going to be the next trend sweeping at least Main Street retail, particularly grocery stores and places like that. You know what I mean, surge pricing? The industry likes to call it dynamic price adjustments. It means when demand is high, say for Uber rides, maybe a football game's letting out and all of a sudden the demand for Uber drivers is high because everybody's been drinking at the game, right? And they're in a good mood celebrating the victory, right? So Uber has an ability to adjust pricing based on what's called the surge, it's dynamic price adjustment. Well, this is now starting to creep into places like supermarkets, and recently Ralph's down in the LA area has gone to more of this dynamic pricing. It was reported on KTLA that now there's something like 500 electronic price stickers that are on products and things, and you kind of need to be aware of this. Because, I'm not here to talk about the ethics of it. But as you know, things have been tough enough over the last couple of years with inflation that this idea of demand is so out of control now that we need to just harness it somehow. It's the same as if you're on a freeway, and if you want to go into the fast track lane, well, it posts up there, at least in California, on our freeways here, that what the price will be if you choose to go left and go into that lane. You'll be bypassing the other slobs on the highway, right? But you will do that at a price, and they adjust that. Sometimes it's free. Sometimes it costs a lot of money to ride that lane. So why wouldn't the same thing move into other places? Like, we already have it in airlines, where if you want to travel on the day before Thanksgiving, right, you better have a lot of do-re-mi ready for that. Hotels during peak times, they have surge pricing too. But one of the things we've always been insulated from, more or less, is what happens at the store level, because we do have physical tags that have been on most things, or physical tags that are on the shelf that have to be manually adjusted. And you would be surprised, I think, psychologically over time, how much those prices tend to burn into people's minds. They're used to seeing something, oh, this used to be, like I joke about when I go shopping over at Grocery Outlet, which is about as low on the food chain as you can go in grocery shopping. But I remember when the prison spaghetti sauce, the large can of Hunt's spaghetti sauce was $1.29, and then one week I come in, I check the price on the prison spaghetti sauce, and it's like $1.40, like $1.49, and I couldn't believe it. And that kind of thing you kind of notice. But as we start to get surge pricing in stores, is it possible, like if you go into, say, a McDonald's, which I don't go to, but let's say you go into a McDonald's, and I think that they're already doing this. I can't be sure. I don't want to say something that's not factually correct. But of course, there's certain times a day, lunchtime, and then around dinner time, and sometimes late night, where you'll have a surge of people, a surge of customers. And who knows if restaurants are going to do this too, with electronic menu boards and stuff. When the demand is very high, people coming in for fast food, they're going to charge you more because the demand is there, and they're not going to be dissuaded once they come through the door. They're hungry. They want to get what they came for. They're not going to look at something and say, "Oh my goodness," right? And if it's only a nickel or 10 cents and something like that, then we're talking about 2, 3, 4% or something like that. But trust and believe, over the course of thousands of transactions, it's like the guy that robs the bank internally and just puts a penny every day into an every transaction the bank does. that every check that's processed, this guy just puts 1 penny into an account, and by the end of 5 years, he's a multi-millionaire if he can get away with it finally. It's the same thing as death by 1,000 cuts in the way of inflation and things like that. So I think on a grocery store level, it can be a good thing. It just gives us a chance to adjust our pricing to the market conditions, and it's better for the consumer that we have this on here, and we can more rapidly adjust to consumer demand and things like that. You ever see anything go down, right? Let's be real, okay? So just be aware that the next big surge is probably going to be coming into the supermarket area with dynamic pricing. Now, how do you adjust it? I don't know. What are the big days for shopping? I guess Thursdays after the coupons come out, things like that. Maybe Thursday's 10% more expensive now because, well, the coupons have cut into our potential profits. So we're going to level that out by making sure that we level up with the price of it on that day. So is it illegal? Absolutely not. As a retailer, you have the right to set the price for anything that you believe that the market will bear, and the market has borne that price lately with very little kickback. One of the reasons, of course, and this is a topic for another video, is that so many people, when they go to buy, are competing with the government's ability to put food into people's hands through things like EBT cards and things like that. They're much less price sensitive consumers because, let's face it, it's money that comes into your pocket that you haven't necessarily earned. You're entitled to that by your low income, and this is in no way, shape, or form a disparagement of that. I'm just saying the government has unlimited borrowing power and printing power to put any kind of purchasing power into people's hands that they want. Absolutely, positively, with no hesitation at all. They can manipulate things a lot of ways, even things like credits here and there. But if that's the case, you have a part of the market that's insensitive to the price moves. Like I know people I know in my life that use them and then talk of, purchase things like steaks and things like that the average working person's probably not going to buy, right? It might be the same theory why a lot of rental houses get busted up. If you don't pay for it and you get it for free, or it's basically so subsidized that it doesn't have a tremendous cost to you, you tend to value that less. So let's face it, when it comes to basic commodities and things like that, a lot of working people and a lot of people that have retired and earned their pensions and their Social Security, they're competing with government mandated purchasing power that's out there, and that really skews the system too. But just surge pricing is something you really have to be aware of. So let me know in the comment section down below. Particularly know some people in my travels that are involved in retail, particularly in grocery stores and things like that. Let me know in the comment section down below about dynamic pricing and what the idea is and what the thoughts are in your area, and if you've ever experienced it in groceries and things like that, let me know. It seems to me there's kind of a line you cross when you start getting into food, right? We're not talking about travel, we're not talking plane flights and things like that. We're talking about just basic things here. So it's important that we all be able to feed ourselves and with some modicum of fairness. So let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you're not subscribed, it's a great time for you to subscribe. Hit the bell for all notifications. This channel's done everything. We recently explored an abandoned dairy plant. Unbelievable. We're on the road with live streams, metal detecting, cooking. You see behind me vintage audio. I'd love you to be a part of it. So hit the thumbs up. Hit that bell for all notifications. Make sure that you are subscribed. Let me know down in the comments section if you think surge or dynamic pricing is going to be the next great thing. Thanks, everyone.